Oh yeah, we're yeah.
Oh, okay, we're live. All right, woo, we're live. No, I just went live on like Twitter to see what the hell how that works. But hopefully, everybody join us. Welcome to another Sunday podcast. We are always
I like how you looked at me and was like, "Wait, are we on?" Like as if like you weren't like sure. It's like, wait, hold on.
I was sure. It's just my stupid stick. I'm trying to get something for the beginning, but we're
Well,
good.
yeah.
I know we're live. Hey, chat. Let me know how the sound. How do I sound? Do I sound good? Do I sound? Mic check.
And when you do
Let me
that,
know how it sounds.
it sounded a little ASMR. So I think we can,
Really like.
yeah.
So on today's podcast, we're going to talk
All right.
about games.
Okay,
No,
just don't lick the microphone and you won't get canceled. All right, don't fucking do it. Don't do
no.
it. Don't do it. Thank you.
Okay.
No, thank you.
We'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone. All right.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
heartbeat.
hold on. Yeah,
Heartbeat
he
says,
needs
"Where's the
to.
mod?"
Yeah, where's the mod? Well, after tell him he doesn't need it now.
Wait, hold on. Wait, he said after, but I ain't doing all that. So if you see me looking down, it's 'cause I'm looking at my laptop. So
What's up,
what,
chat? What's up, everyone?
what's up, chat? Let's see. Heartbeat, you're set. You're good to go. Thank you for joining us, chat. Thank you for joining us. Let's see who's in there. Let's see who's in here. I see from the top bottom. I see Ink Studios in here. I see Silent Hill Dude is in here. Your father's in here, DJ Vat. Let's see. I see Dirt. What up, Dirt? He's in here. I did a podcast with him this past week, so that's pretty cool. That was fun. And then Matt's in here, and of course Heartbeat. And as you guys come in, I know some of you guys are late bloomers and come in late to these type of things, but no worries. I'll shout you out as we go out the
Oh,
show.
missing. There we go. Missing, Miss Join. Very good.
She said you're. So Missing's in here. I'm about to crash her and Silence one of the game sessions they be having on my.
Well, no, they haven't. They're doing a little duo thing. So
you see that, right? We need to crash it.
It was what was it? It Takes Two, and then they had what was the other one that they were just playing? They were having fun.
They're having lots of fun, but I'm thinking
maybe we got to do Uno. Maybe Uno. We do.
Let's crash it.
No, we just need it. Just set something. I got to do one of those LFG things because the Xbox ambassador. So I think I'm going to put the LFG post for Uno, and then I'll tag Silent, I'll tag Missing, I'll tag you, and then we do like Uno, and then it'll be a foursome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Who's that? Azurin? Oh my God, he finally made it to one of my podcasts. Welcome, sir. He finally made it to one. Oh my God, 108 Dragon is in this pod. Man, okay. All right, we got to be good now. We got 108 Dragons in here. Azurin's in here. So we got to put the tie on and become real podcasters here. No, I'm playing. But no, I really want to go ahead and crash you guys. It's fun. You two are on my what do you call it?
Timeline's been going.
Timeline just going crazy. What you guys are doing, I'm loving it. I'm like, well, that's what it's about gaming. I mean, talk shit on Twitter, but gaming is gaming. So let's do without further ado. What are we talking about? Oh, Shizno Elite, what's up? All right. So as we always do in the beginning, the top of the hour, we always say, what are we doing for the week? So we'll go ahead and do that as well. Oh, thank you for the sub 108. So we'll do that. We'll go ahead and talk about it. So we're going to start with you because I think last week we started with me, and I want to start with you.
Oh,
what did you do this week?
What did I do this? I game. Surprise!
We are gaming podcaster. So
gaming podcast. So surprise! I actually gamed. Little more MLB. I think I was telling you off the pod, but I was telling you now. I got back into Battlefield a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I just all the hype, EA Play, which we're going to talk about later on in the podcast. I was like, you know what? Let me just download Battlefield again. Download on the Xbox, download on the PC. Got all the settings in order, and I played myself some Battlefield 5, and I was enjoying myself. It was refreshing to kind of go back into get that feel of Battlefield again. I had played Battlefield 4.
Games and had fun doing that.
I did. Wow. Yeah, no, I know. It's
how did you manage that? That's hard because
I honestly I didn't think about anything else but the game at that point. I kind of like how it's like when you watch a movie and you don't think about anything else but the movie you're watching, kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just gaming. So Battlefield was cool. Little more League of Legends this week. I'm trying to think what else I played. Valorant as well too. Stick that in there here and there.
Okay,
like dipping my toe. It's cool, but it's like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I want to feel like
that'll break you from your cycle just to
that's what it is. I'm looking back. And I almost feel that way for Battlefield, but Battlefield it's like other interests because at least with Battlefield, what class I played? I was playing Medic because I forgot how much fun it is to just res people over and over and over again and just have like number one. Like I had the top stats on like I was in a decent sized server, so
now he's bragging, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, I was going to screenshot it, but you know what? It just. I was number one.
Trust me, bro.
All right, you know what? Next time I'm gonna fucking screenshot it. I'm just gonna tweet you, and just be like, "Here, you see, wasn't fucking lying, you bitch."
No, I believe you. I believe you. 100% believe him.
Yeah. If you blink too many times, your face is gonna
No,
suck like that. Okay.
The thing that happened with this new upgrade that I got on the lights.
Is that what it is? Oh, okay. Yeah. It's like the paparazzi effect with the flashing lights.
Paparazzi effect, yeah. It's like, yeah.
No, so like Heartbeat was saying, I started with sniping. I did snipe, and I was using the Japanese bolt action, the
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Yeah, I'm apologize for 99, whatever the bolt action is, the Japanese bolt action rifle, and that was pretty fun. And then I was using the one of the Springfields as well.
Wait, did you play on cloud or?
No, I was playing directly. I was playing directly on Xbox and on PC. So I was playing a little bit of both.
Cloud, so, yeah.
It is on cloud. Yep, wasn't playing on cloud because I was home at my setup. And yeah, just got in some gaming with that. Obviously, a little more MLB. That's always fun grinding that out. The Team Affinity pack for season 3 was sick. Just like honestly, I got a 99 DeGrom, and he's just so much fun to fucking use. Like it just grinding that out, playing online, and just doing that. Still a lot of fun.
For those who are new to our pod, this man is an MLB The Show kind of guy. Like,
it's fun.
That's his thing.
Yeah. I go at least.
I know who to go to for any Q&As on that game. I thought I was a fan of MLB The Show, but that's him. That's all him. I will go to him about MLB The Show any single time. And he was in line when he said, and he was going to get a PlayStation for it, but he ended up getting the Xbox. He's an Xbox out, but he ended up getting it because it came to the Xbox out. Mm-hmm. But that's all I see. MLB The Show. No hate.
Yeah, so still having fun with that week over week. So it's really cool to kind of get in an hour. I'm not playing for like 6-7 hours at a time, hour or 2 hours at a time. Pop off to something else too. So yeah, that was pretty much my week, man. Just a lot of gaming. Yeah, it was pretty low key. Just gaming, grinding out, and watching
PC, Xbox,
play, stuff like that.
Like just rotating.
Yeah, it's just rotating. It's just like honestly, it's like I'll be on Xbox, I'm playing, I'm in the party chat, I'm chilling, I'm talking, and then my buddy's like, "Yo, come play League of Legends." Cool. And then it's like boom, League of Legends, switch off. So back and forth.
I got to keep that controller in the shot right there.
I was gonna say you framed it pretty good.
Did I this time? I framed because I had people tell me,
you had it on unless you flipped the mirror, you had it on.
No, it was on this side the other week. It was on this side.
Yeah. No, it's framed.
Watch people go back to the old video and go, "You fucking liar." But no, that's not like a really eventful week for me. Shout out in the chat, Sean. Sean's here. Sean is also here. What's up? For me, this week, let's see. I watched the Snake Eyes movie. I watched that movie. Went out with the kids. Had a date night with them and watched that. Pretty good film. It looks like they're rebooting the franchise of this film. Also, I didn't realize that Storm Shadow's gonna be in it. For those who are in the G.I. Joe world, Storm Shadow's in it. It's literally an origin story between those two, with the world of the G.I. Joe and Cobra in that world. But it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. There's an after credit if you guys are gonna go watch it. So stay for the after credits. Really quick too. It's not like after credits. It's like literally once the movie ends, it flashes one credit, then here's the after credit scene. So it's right there. So you don't have to wait too long for that. I did that. I ended up playing and finishing Plague Tale. Beautiful. Love the fucking game.
What happened on Twitter? Because I saw you had an interesting Twitter interaction with Plague Tale. I don't want to spoil it, but I figured let's talk about it now since I know we didn't really have a topic, but I think I could bring it because I caught it on the timeline because you're not just like, dude, didn't you have one of the developers or somebody reach out to you? Or say thank you for that wasn't you, or maybe I'm misremembering. That's what I'm saying. So what the fuck? Don't do that to me. No. Don't fucking do that to me. Like I didn't. What do you mean you wanted me to hear me? Fuck you. You wanted me to hear me say it. I'm bringing it up in the. You know what? I should have shut up. That's what it was.
Because I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to be humble. I'm not trying
to be humble. You had somebody from the actual game.
Well, yeah.
Reach out to you and be like, because you were no, of course you didn't. You didn't tweet and be like, wow, I can't wait until
the developer tells me. I did tag and everything. So.
And they actually reached back, and they were like, "Did they say glad you're enjoying it?"
No, honestly, it was just me saying the game is fucking phenomenal, bro.
Right?
It's beautiful. It was always beautiful. I played it on PlayStation a long time ago when it was blurry as shit.
Yeah.
I finished it, but didn't quite enjoy it because the scenery was blurry. Still good story, but now with the optimization on it, I went back to it on the Xbox side. Man, I couldn't stop taking screenshots and just put on. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know I blew up my timeline with just pictures upon screenshots of this game. Plague Tale is a beautiful story. If you guys have not played it, I recommend it. It's really good. You do get one weapon throughout the game, and then you upgrade that one weapon, which is like a slingshot. But it's pretty cool. It was cool though that like I gave kudos to Asobo Studios, which by the way, like I said last week, they are the ones that are coming up with Flight Sim.
That's your Flight Sim
Tuesday. But that's different, probably developers, obviously different studios under that umbrella,
or different parts inside. Yeah, inside of Asobo. Yeah.
But yeah, I just tweeted them. I said, "Man, thank you for this game," and then they tweeted back saying, "Thank you," and I was like, "No, you, thank you," because it's really an art that I play. Like you presented an art form, an art style that I liked and I enjoyed, and you let me immerse myself in your world and be a part of that world, and it was just few games do that. Few games do that when you play a game where you are immersed into it. A lot of them entertain you so they can get your head off that space or whatever. The real world entertain you for a couple of minutes here and there. But this game literally immersed me. I couldn't power on my Xbox without powering on that game. That speaks volumes when I play my game, especially nowadays where I jump with quick resume. I jump a lot from game to game to game.
And I forget sometimes that I actually still had a game open, like, oh, Halo's still open. Oh, wait, Crackdown's still open. I don't have to especially Crackdown, where it's like, that's my achievement game right now for that 50 reward point every day, where it's like, oh, wait, I don't have to wait for the game to boot up. I'm literally just, it's a really cool feeling.
So it held me in that respect. Like, it was just one of those, I was not finding myself jumping from game to game to game. When I powered on Plague Tale, that's all I played for a couple hours, and I powered off. That's it. I was not jumping from game to game to game, and I'm going, oh shit, okay. So I finished that game like literally in about three days. Like 2 hour sittings, sessions, I should say. Just finished it, really good. What else did I do? Bought me a couple of games. Blue Fire. I bought me Blue Fire. If you guys don't know what that is, check that out. Blue Fire. I haven't started playing it yet, but I bought that. It's like $15 in the store. Finding myself playing more and more of these little titles. So Blue Fire.
I picked up. I told you before. I picked up Uno because you know what I mean. It's like $4. Yeah.
I think I have it. If I don't, I'll probably end up getting it anyways. Because I
think at the most it was 15 or something like that. It
doesn't matter. It's a party game, and we've been emphasizing we want to get to that space. Yeah. It's coming now because I ended up getting a new gaming desk.
Nice.
And this gaming desk is freaking long, like huge. And I'm going, fuck, I measured my room and I'm like, oh shit. And I had a certain like style I was going to put in this room to make it where I can do things with the angle and everything. And then I'm like, fuck, okay, I can't do that. I can't do that format because of, the way it is. So I ended up just, doing it. Left the same way it was, but the table is awesome. And I have everything on the table now. I have my hats, I have my G Fuel, I have my laptops, and I have my monitors. I have my my liquor drinks up top, and I have what else do I have? Oh, my console. I actually brung it, like, now the console's it's not separated.
You were telling me yeah.
So now I'm able to capture a lot. Like without having to move things around, I can capture now on the fly. So that's gonna happen. Capturing stuff, and this is why I want to do game nights with the followers and the listeners that we have, because I want to do that. I want to put game night and put it out there and start making YouTube just be more than our podcast.
Yeah.
So I did that. ¿Qué más se hizo esta semana? Let's see.
You did check out Death's Door, right?
Death's Door. I have not purchased.
A couple of people in the chat. Turpin, I think he already checked it out. A few people here were asking about it too. A lot of good reviews, man, for it, and that's like indie game. Like, isn't that like indie game level, like $20?
It's indie game, but it's got so much praise.
Yeah.
I have not. My thing is this: when a game gets that much praise from out the door, I tend to wait just a bit longer, because games like that flame out really quick. In my experience, games like that flame out really quick. So I'm waiting for it to settle down to see what people are still talking about before I end up getting it. But from what I've seen and the reviewers that I've looked at, pretty good. The game is a really good indie. It doesn't even feel like an indie game, what I'm seeing. They keep comparing it to a Souls title, but from the people I know that I play, that I speak to, they tell me it's nothing like a Souls title, man. Like, you don't ever get to level of frustration in this game than you do like in a Souls game.
Yeah,
you don't get to that level of frustration, and there's a lot of checkpoints.
Some people were trying to say that it was kind of like a roguelike, kind of like almost like but not really.
I don't think a lot of these gamers nowadays don't understand what a roguelike game is.
Yeah.
Or even a Souls, just Souls
games. Just because the game might have certain similarities or certain, aspects from that doesn't necessarily make it that type of genre as well. Too. a game could take from different genres to kind of make its own thing as well too, which is pretty cool.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's that. But no, I haven't picked it up yet. I think it's $20 and $19.99. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. And then just wait. I'm probably gonna wait like till this week to pick it up. But the thing is, you have too many games coming out, man. Like it's like this is the week.
This week alone too, where it's like
a week. Yeah. So it's like I don't know if I'm gonna have time to be playing that game. But and not that I hate anything. It's just I gotta prioritize now what I'm gonna play. So you know what I mean. So that's pretty much my that's pretty much my week that I've done for the week. I've been getting everything ready to make it where I can now stream my gaming sessions. You guys can see what I do, so you can see that I'm not just a damn podcaster. I actually play games that way before I podcast and stuff. Grew the channel a little bit. I see more subs are coming in, so our content looks like it's reaching more people.
Matt thinks he's funny.
It's enjoyable. What's what it is. Admit that you suck at Battlefield or draw. Draw 25 memes. We've been going back and forth with what's his name, the Nick, and a couple of
Nick, because there's this ongoing thing now with Battlefield, and that's fine. Everybody can have their jokes and stuff like that. But listen, I'm already getting back into the swing of things, taking dog tags and stuff like that. And people think it's for play, and it's all for play. It's not all for fucking play. Okay? Because
can you bring up the meme that I did for Nick?
Do you
Can I do that? Let's see.
Yeah, no. If you find it before me.
What the fuck's my Twitter?
I mean, I might have to go back a couple of thousand fucking posts.
I'll find it. But it's just funny how our timeline or our listeners, I love when you guys interact with us because it just makes it that much more impactful, more like, okay, I love doing this. And if you guys haven't been following me and Nick, we've been going like back and forth with this thing, with the Battlefield thing about grabbing tags and everything when it comes out. And I took it to another level because up until now, it has just been us going back and forth with just words and tweeting each other out and that kind of stuff. Let me see if I can bring that up here.
Do you remember when you tweeted it?
I'm just going through my own timeline. It should be fairly soon. I think I'm here.
Found it?
Let's see. Dead Air, brought to you by nothing.
All right, so for those watching, we're actively trying to scourge our timeline for something to talk about now. For the meme that Kills is referring to, because we have topics that we want to talk about, but we're trying to
tweet a lot. Shit.
Sound like I made the fucking joke because you literally tweet probably like over 100 times a week. So
fuck, do I tweet a lot, guys? I have a problem with this Twitter thing. Twitter.
Yeah, me and Turpin definitely used to get after school. We used to get some good Uno games in and Setback games. That's another card game too. I wish they actually had on console. I mean, I know they have it on PC, but Setback. If anybody's familiar with that card game, Setback, I'm telling you.
Oh, let's see. How do I share here? Okay, so we go to share screen.
Let me know when you get it up. I'll turn it on. Oh, yeah. I got it.
That so that I pretty much the whole meme with this shit.
I spent 45 minutes trying to do something else with this, but I couldn't I literally not that I lost interest, but I was like, I'm fucking over it because I'm not the meme creator and stuff like that. Actually, you know who's really good for that? Ink Studios, Kill for Cash, Jay. He's very good with that. Some people that we know on the timeline is very good with that. So I had the idea in my head of what I wanted to do when I saw this picture. But I couldn't make it come to fruition, so I said, let me just let that rock. But that was pretty cool. And you literally have it's his portrait just fucking hanging there. Yeah,
it's on a dog tag. Yeah, it's his actual. Well, he actually updated his picture, but it's his picture on there. But like I said, we've been going back and forth with this thing with Battlefield. We're excited about it. I mean, we're excited about it, Battlefield, which we'll be talking about in the show. But that was my week, man. There was something else I wanted to say that happened this week, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was, but it'll come to me. It'll come to me. I just forgot what it was.
You want to start?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you want to start with the EA Play event.
EA Play event. That's the tagline for this for the thumbnail. I was asking, hey, you think EA Play? You think that it did something significant? I think it did. EA has been known for only showing off, like, when they do these EA Play things, they always show like the sports title, and then the microtransaction talk happens after that. It's always something like that, right?
Yeah.
I watched this event. It was short, like they always are.
Well, it would have been a lot.
Minutes.
It would have been a lot longer. But what they did was they pulled the Madden, they pulled the FIFA, and they made it their own things. And they did these little mini drops.
I enjoyed that though. And not only that, they brought this guy, Austin. If you guys don't know who Austin is, Xavier Woods in the wrestling world. Austin Creed is actually he's Xavier Woods, Austin Creed in the wrestling world. I said it backwards. But he's a gamer. He's a big time gamer. I think he has his own podcast and everything. What's up, Gina? He has his own podcasting, but he was an excellent host of the show. Like he was
Legal's in here too, man. What's up, Legal?
Is Legal up in there too? What up,
Legal's in here, man.
Shouts to Legal. But like he was a perfect host for this, man. Like his
the energy, the engagement, but the energy was nuts. His energy was through the roof. Sometimes it didn't feel fake or forced, but it definitely it felt like he was doing it to in front of like 300 people. It felt like there was like a room full of people. Like it was the energy that he was like exuding, which was pretty cool.
So it was perfect to bring him in because obviously you don't have nobody in the room. But the way he hosted was like there were people in the room, like you just said. So I enjoyed it. I mean, they showed off a couple of games. Obviously they ended up.
They started with the Codemasters.
Yeah, Codemasters. Now it's under EA. It's under EA. Mm-hmm. So they're doing the F1. Is it F1 racing?
It's a few. So they were showing off some F1. They showed off Grid. That was the one that they really focused on, which was cool. I mean, I honestly like Dirt. I've kind of always been a fan of the Dirt franchise. I love when they fucking go on sale on PC because they end up becoming, no pun intended, dirt cheap. And you get them like really, you wait a couple of months and stuff like, I know. But you get them, and then they're really solid games to play. I don't know if they necessarily stack up to your, Forzas of the world or your even Gran Turismos of the world and stuff like that. But they're fun. They're almost kind of like arcadey, like with the Dirt, and they have that Horizon kind of feel where it's like rally racing and track racing as well too. So they tend to be pretty fun.
It's one of those things where I compare it to what COD versus Battlefield is, where I mentioned it before. When COD is in and out, in and out, in and out, you just get a game in, a couple of games in,
and that's how they were doing this for a while. That's
what it is with the racing side of things. It's arcade. It's like you go in there and it's beautiful. It's not like I'm not watering it down, nothing. It's a beautiful game, but they showed off a few things coming in the future with content coming for Dirt 5, and then you have the Grid, and you have a bunch of different things coming. So
they have the cinematic experience, which I think that's what they were really trying to focus on with Grid. And one cool thing that I like that I would just want to mention is that they were saying when they were focusing on doing some of the story scenes, I guess, or some of the filming for the single player, because they're going to have the single player narrative inside of the game itself, they were using the same sets as they were using on like Mandalorian and like things like that. So like that whole I forget what they called it, like XR set or something like that. Where
it's like the
whole interactive
thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they were using those sets now to film here. So if gaming could take advantage of this just from a story perspective,
it's using UE.
Because it's instead of just like straight up mocapping somebody, just like I said, if they're using this type of technology now, we get stories. I'm excited to see what could come from this and other titles, not like maybe like the next Star Wars title that's done, like maybe the next like Jedi game that we get.
When I saw, I think your brother's one that brought it to my attention. He a while ago that Mandalorian was doing this technology where they're in a set that looks like it's being powered by
the high definition and the high definition screen that's in the background, and how they're able to get some of these like images as if they were on location.
I didn't know Mandalorian was recording like that. When he told me this and brought it to my attention, I started watching with like a keen eye. Like, okay, let me see this. And you don't really see it now that they're using this in game. I mean, it's a UE technology. They're using it the realism of it. So they're using this in game, and that's going to be a beautiful thing. But they moved on from like Grids, and then they showed off what after that. What was the next thing they showed after that?
Apex. They went right to. This was cool. Apex. Yeah, this was cool. I think that was a new champion that they were showing, like a new character that they actually showed off.
Every season they come out with a new character, and then this character is Seer, Seer. Okay. They haven't. I think it's this week they show off his abilities and what he can do, like what they're gonna do.
These trailers have been pretty good that they've been kicking out to Respawn. They've been doing really cool with the animation trailers.
The story through the trailers are pretty good. They haven't introduced the story of Seer just yet. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna have one, but I'm sure they are because he's an Apex legend, so they'll do that. But so far they showed off through the art stuff, like a CG trailer what he does with the whole drones come out of his chest. and
This
that
thing was
sort of
pretty
stuff.
cool. Like
But
they were like fighting inside of the arena. Yeah.
the way he moves so graciously, I'm like, oh, I hope that does show up on the screen when I'm playing. The way he's moving, that's just beautiful. Like the movement he was doing was gorgeous. But that they introduced that the new season, I believe, starts Tuesday. And that reminds me, I got to really get hit because I got like till Tuesday to finish my battle pass. So I really got to hit it. I know your brother's been playing it. I got to get with him and get back on it.
He finished his, I think.
I'm pretty sure he did. Because the way that works, it's not like any of the battle pass where you grind it out and get to 100. That one, you level up in your battle pass by finishing challenges.
Remember what they used to do in Titanfall, where in order for you to prestige, you actually had to. So I like that they actually did that. I like that it's not just, go play, earn XP, and then get to the next level. That they actually make you work for the. I mean, it sucks that they sometimes pull you off of your favorite champion. Like they pull you off of somebody that you might want to use because they're like, oh, hey, go get 5,000 points as a lifeline.
They'll do that with these challenges.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the only thing. Experience and not sit in on one character and main that one character the whole time. I have a main, but this allows me to actually try different characters out. But I love that they did that in Titanfall and they brought it to Apex. Because in Titanfall 1, it was how to prestige. You've reached the max, and then to prestige, you got to do like 5 challenges. I love that because it's not just I'm prestiging and that's it. Huh? Oh, look at my wife's in the room. Okay. It's not just prestiging and just go, oh, I'm done. I'm prestiging. Now I got to grind that again to prestige again. You had to literally do challenges to get there. Apex kind of took that because it's their idea, brought it into Apex with challenges, and that's how you progress in Battle Pass. You get stars for every challenge you complete. Every 10 star gets you a tier in the Battle Pass, which I enjoy. I like that sort of style of Battle Pass. So, but that season does start. I forgot what it's called. That season starts
Emergence, I believe.
Emergence is either Tuesday or Wednesday that season starts. So the current season will end soon. Then they jumped into what was next? Was it Lost in
Random?
This is it. You're a fan of Tim Burton?
Yeah.
This is it. This is like a Tim Burton kind of thing when you play this game. It looks very interesting. Alice in Wonderland? Missy will know about this one. What up, Doctor? Missy will know about this one. She plays a lot, but like the Alice in Wonderland kind of a game, it has that atmospheric view to it, which is dark, but it looks fun. All about a dice rolling and how you fight the boss through a dice, and whatever you get from that dice is how that boss, which is interesting to me because that tells me that every time you fight a boss, how you roll that dice determines how you will fight that boss, what he's coming at you with.
But the randomness of it too, which also kind of like shows like that the randomness of it, which is exciting, but also possibly the replayability of the game. Whereas you might have different interactions the next time you run back through and you fight that boss again. Well, that it might not be the same thing.
When you play single players, you're always playing a single player in the sense of you won and done it and you move on. Yeah. It looks like they're trying to solve that with the whole dice thing, because by rolling these dice, you can literally play it one time, beat the boss one way, come back around, roll the dice, and you find that boss a whole different way.
That's pretty
cool. There's the replay value. There's how it changes the single player and not being a one and done game.
And not just like, oh, hey, play it on the harder difficulty. Because that gets tired to me. It's like, you want something more challenging? Here, just play on the harder difficulty. Oh, and New Game Plus. So after a certain point in the game, we give you all your shit back, basically. Yeah,
not that New Game Plus is a bad thing.
No, it's not.
It's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's been done now. It's been done to the point where it's like, what's next? What was she do? Missy wrote, I definitely check that out. Games like this are usually hidden gems. They are. Yeah. It's a shame that a lot of the gamers or the society, the gaming community does not embrace games like this. We're all like always like looking at AAA title, millions of dollars been spent. That's what I want to play. It's always we're looking at that, and we always miss these kind of games. These are the games. The indie title games are the ones that are taking the chance. They're taking chances. They're the ones taking the like I'm gonna go with a different art style, different way of playing the game. And usually AAA titles kind of they take from that and they incorporate that into their multi-million-dollar franchise, and it comes out that way. But we don't understand that a lot of this shit comes from titles like this. It comes from that. Look, my son's in the room. I'm getting all the support today. I love this. My son, my wife. I got One Away Dragon up in here. I got Legal Kim up in here. Jesus. Okay. I still got my tie on though, so we're good. But no, this game is gonna be one of those like gems. If it's not talked about a lot, it's gonna be one of those things where somebody in the timeline goes, "Oh, and by the way, I played this game, and you guys got to try it out." And then someone's gonna go, "Oh, I forgot about that." That's what this game is gonna be. This game is really, really good. It just looks good. I want to see more on it.
I'd be excited to check it out, especially if it came to EA Play. That would be cool.
Yeah,
like if it actually came to the EA Play service for sure.
That's another thing. If it's in the EA game, so chances are
see how they actually want to release it. Yeah,
either it comes out day one on EA Play, or they wait a couple of months.
Eventually come.
But it'll eventually be on the service. Yeah, it'll be eventually on the service. And because we have Game Pass, if you have Game Pass and subscribe to it through anything through EA, will go through Game Pass. So there's a win there. But check out this game in Lost in Random. I like it. Looks pretty interesting. I like the whole
the little transition that they had over to one of our favorites.
Look, man, you guys already know about how I feel about this game. This game here is quirky. It's dodgeball. We played it all as kids.
What's up, Cray?
Cray Simmons Gaming. What up, gamers? And for those who have been listening, you know I like this game right here. Knockout City. Was it Knockout City? Knockout City.
Yep.
I recently started playing it because, like anything else, man, fucking people get sweaty with it, man. They get so sweaty with it, man. It's like they're playing for a multi-million-dollar contract or some.
Yeah.
And you just get this. It frustrates me. Like I want to play it, but then you get into these lobbies where everybody's like fucking championing it out.
It's a similar feeling I get, and you know what? And they actually announced something that I think is going to help with that. And so, but I'll make the quick analogy is that I have the same thing that happens in League of Legends. So literally in League of Legends, like I'll go into normals with a bunch of my friends, like with Turpin, with his brother and stuff like that. We're playing, and it feels like you're literally on the world fucking championship stage. And your main event, and you're like there, best of 5. And I'm like, why? What the fuck? This is a normal game. Like there's ranked. Go fucking play ranked. Get out of my. But that's the thing with skill levels and things like that with Elo and stuff. I don't even know if it implements Elo, but they did announce at this, which was pretty cool. They're adding a competitive mode to this. They're adding competitive, like right now, which I didn't realize. It's actually, I think they said that it's free to play up until Street Pass 25. I believe.
Yeah.
And then, obviously it has a crossplay and stuff like that. But them specifically for season 2, they're adding competitive mode. I think that will help with that sweaty feeling that you're talking about. Because I think that will
let's get a game session in 100 of us. We could play some dodgeball, man. I would like, if he's addicted to it, I want us to all play that, because that game, if we could do that, private sessions,
look what we did when we had the custom set. That's fun because it's a game that you'll enjoy playing, and you're playing with other people. So it's like, yeah, they're taking it serious, but if anything, you're laughing about it. Like you're not like out here trying to be like, you're trying to win. Because that's the point of any type of game like this.
Right, you want to win, trying to win,
but you don't want to feel like you're being sweated on all the time. Like when you're actually playing too. Competition's fine, but not also when it feels like
I'm literally spawning and getting hit by balls from all sides.
Yeah, you're farming. You're literally farming right now.
What am I farming?
You're farming. You're
farming by dodge balls.
You're being a reactant. That's fine. Okay.
Right, anyways, so I want to play the game again. I don't mind playing private. We've done it. If we can get groups involved and start doing that, we'll love to do that. It's just when you get into these lobbies, man. Like lately,
actually online playing. Yeah.
It's and I won't lie. I recently uninstalled it because it was like, why? I'm not going to play a game that I'm going to get sweated on. It's just bad. Like. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth when I'm like literally spawning, getting hit by balls, spawning, getting and like bombs and like they throwing themselves in the sky. I'm like, I can't. They going hard on the game. Like you realize it's a kid game, right? This is not meant for you to go hard on it. You're not winning a contract. You're not league playing it out. I don't get it. So hopefully the mode they're gonna bring in with the competitive mode. Hopefully that splits the community in a way where those who want to be that hard on that game, like they compete, go to that route. And then those who just want to casually go in there, get a couple of games in, have fun while winning or losing, and then just veering off and going to what you really want to play. That's what the game is not meant for you to be on it. And it seems like these guys are on it for like the whole entire
Some people are exclusively only playing that game, whereas it's like no other game that they want to play right now. They're just like, nope, I'm playing Knockout City. That's it.
Stone King in the house. It's one of those things where I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, but that's one of the popular streamers that play games. That's when they come in and kind of ruin in my opinion, because they start playing these games exclusively on their channel, and for them to get clicks and all that.
I think, and when it first came out, remember they got the sponsored. Remember, there was a lot of those EA sponsored tags going around. So it's like not gonna sit here and sound like haters. Listen, they got paid for that.
No,
even some people, but like even some people too. It's like where they pop in, like you saw, like Nick Merckx, like get on and play it for a little bit and stuff like that, because it's one of those. But like but he's like he's like hardcore like Warzone player. But like just to mess around, it's like, oh, let's go try this game out. Like he's got really good like gaming skills. And that a lot of the time translates to different games.
He'll ask his community, what should I play? What do you guys want to see me play? He'll ask that, and I appreciate that. It's just that when they go on these games, remember, they're sponsored, and they have to get clicks and traffic, so they have to be good at what they do.
Yeah.
They can't go in there and suck at it, because that nobody wants to see nobody suck at a game when they're streaming it live. You suck at it. Why would I want to watch you lose?
Yeah, so they try to show out, basically.
Yeah, so they show out. So that once I start seeing the game become mainstream on the professional streamer side, that's when I go, okay.
Yeah, but I don't think I think it had that moment for a little bit, but I think that pulled back. And like you said, I think a lot of that's going to help from what's that?
I like that idea.
Battle of the podcast. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we'll do teams. Like you'll have a team. You could have a team. I could have a team, and then we'll rotate people.
Well, because it's only two of us. Well, we have.
Are you saying, or like me, you, and like I'm saying what we can do?
Reborn.
Right. I was gonna say we could do that, or we could do like you be a team captain, I be a team captain, and then we'll just like pick, and we'll do like we'll get people ready.
Ideas, I don't know what he had in his mind. I mean,
I'm just saying,
because there's a lot of his team. There's plenty of like this. It's like
fine.
5 or 6 of them.
And then just know like I'll probably play one game on the Xbox, and then the other game I'll have to boot up on the PC and actually play with mouse and keyboard. No.
Okay. I like that though, Vodka. Let's powwow with that, man. I like that. That's a pretty good idea. I like that.
Hit the DMs.
And
then to the meat and the potatoes.
True.
Yeah.
I realize we're now 50 minutes in. We talked about the EA Play. Let's move on to what was the next one?
No, the meat and the potatoes, because we still have 2 more games to talk about here with EA Play.
We do. What's the next one though? Is it Battlefield?
It's Battlefield.
Doom. Battlefield.
I'm still trying to get used to the new sound of it, because it's glitchy and stuff like that.
I am too, because I want to hear it.
Yeah, and I don't hear it as much in this one, so it's like like I said, I'm still trying to get used to it. It's not, it hasn't grown on me yet. So here, so they do the fan reaction, the clip, what they start off with, which was cool, like showing everybody's different reaction. Which I've seen a video, like there have been people that put these together, like the little scissor reel, basically, of everyone reacting to the trailer and stuff, which was cool. I think the cool part was
if there was a crowd like watching, it'll be a whole different.
Of course, if they actually set it up, to get like those live reactions and stuff. But this was really,
because that's the one thing I'm really, really missing, man. The crowd reaction to these things, man, is really oh man, I can't, like, it's missing. I want to see that.
Let me ask you something. What did you think when you started seeing this?
This right here?
What was going through your mind when you started seeing this happen?
Like, they were like,
a new experience.
No, just when the guns alone started changing, gun game, right? Because I saw guns, different guns.
Right.
So gun game, I'm like, what?
Then you saw this. Then you were this. I'm thinking BR. I'm like, wait a second.
And then I saw planes and vehicles drop. I'm like, wait, that's from. I started doing that. And then the characters started changing to World War I, World War II, and Bad Company. I'm going.
That's a classic map too. I'm gonna pause this right here. This is classic. This map. I forget the name of this map. This classic map.
Well, there's a road map that shows you the name on it. I forgot the name too.
I'm gonna pull it up after this too. But this was cool
I started seeing the maps changing, the characters changing. I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah,
and then I'm thinking hub at that point, hub world. Like, it's probably gonna be a hub world where you're gonna be chilling in a world and do what
they got like the BF. What was it? I had to go back real quick. Look, this is like the World War II, World War One.
When I saw the smiley face, Bad Company.
Yeah. Oh, the Bad Company with a smiley face, and then this right here, just the paddles like hitting like the World War II soldier.
Bro,
this right here.
Is it? I mean, I'm excited to go paddle.
Oh, this is funny. Nice. Look at this, dude.
Oh yeah, EOD
the EOD bot taking out the Boston Dynamics bot. Like, what the hell, man? And then this an F-22 going against like a little, like, I forget what they call it. Yeah.
Oh no, that's not Little Bird. That's whatever it is.
From Bad Company, or even BF3.
Yeah.
Or I think BF3 they had it in there too, if I remember as well. The tanks, literally the dart, and then with the fucking RPG.
I mean, when they started, I kept seeing. I'm like, what are they doing with this? They're showing everything. Like I started thinking maybe they're showing the history of their games, and they just want to show it off this way.
Yeah,
But then
man.
when they started talking about portals and how this is going to be and how you could create, different game modes like this right here, fucking
Yeah,
paddles versus knives. Jesus Christ,
that
you know how
was
much
that was
fun
crazy.
we'll have with that right there,
Well,
bro.
this was. Let me see if I can pull up here because I had it bookmarked. So here, so this is how I guess the UI is supposed to look like in
For
the UI.
portals.
So for in Battlefield, like this is how it's going to come up. Like the home,
Oh yeah, like
we're
the
doing
whole
this
you
right.
could
Home
choose where to
multiplayer,
go.
soldier, battle pass, store, right, and then multiplayer, and then you see like the options.
Yeah,
Portal.
for those who have not played Battlefield, don't expect it to be a lobby like a Call of Duty lobby where people are walking in the lobby waiting for. It's not that. Their lobby is
Yeah,
completely different. They don't do that.
you'll
They
be you're able to squat up before you load into a
yeah,
game.
yeah.
You know, but this right here, just like reading the different, create your own battlefield right here. All this week's favorites. It's almost like that Forge, that community kind of thing. Like I don't want to say Forge mode because they specifically said it's not really a Forge. You can't
It's
design
not
maps.
because Forge you can create your
You
own
can't, right? You can't
thing.
create your own map. You can't
Yeah,
redesign a whole map and stuff. This
it's
is
more of an
pretty much
editor. More of an editor.
more of an editor. It's like you can edit. We're giving you the tools and say, okay, you want it to be this gun only. You want it to be this group only, like the 2142 U.S. versus right here, the first one, the 1942 Germans. And then I don't know,
That's one of
yeah.
those game mode
Oh,
quality
and
versus.
then
I'm
dude, and
wondering,
Rush.
is this going to be a game mode already defaulted, or is this something they showed off that the streamers themselves created?
No, it's not. Well, no. Well, so here's the streamer one. So by Courage. So because he did the deal with EA. So like
Mm-hmm.
his thing, which one of the scenes that Courage JD, this was his custom team or his custom mode basically, which is called
Correct.
VIP Fiesta. So 12 versus 12, Bad Company 2 US versus Battlefield 3 US, and then it was a custom TDM, no vehicles, so infantry only, like what we talked about. You're literally going to be able to go and create your own way that you want to play the game, upload it, and then have people from the community go and play it, or you yourself go and play it. Or if you go and rent a server, you can go and throw your own back to server rentals as well too. So you can have your own server rentals. Same thing we used to talk. We used to talk about that all the time. Just
Yeah, I
renting a
think
server
Harvey
and just
was one
running
that
it.
did at one point. He did
My dad at one
the
point did it on
father. Yeah,
a bunch of different times. Just rented their own server because you had control over it. If you wanted to be team deathmatch for an hour, it's team deathmatch. If you wanted to be conquest, guess what? It's fucking conquest, and nobody, you know what I mean. And that's just what it is. And if
but
they
we
didn't
talked
abide
about
by the
this
server
off
rules,
camera
you
before,
know,
like pre-show. We spoke
yeah.
about how like infantry versus having the vehicles and all
Having
that.
vehicles, and sometimes like you might not just want to have the experience with the vehicles. I mean, I understand Battlefield being all vehicle and stuff, but sometimes you want just the infantry only game mode.
Yeah, no,
You know,
sometimes I'm the same way. Yeah, and I
and there's
mean,
going to be, and
you
this
guys
is
who play me
outside
know
of,
that.
and this is outside of the multiplayer experience. This is completely
Yeah,
separate
its
from
own
the
thing.
actual multiplayer experience
Well,
of
it's being made
Battlefield
by
2042.
Well, it used to be called Dice LA, but it's no
Yeah,
longer Dice LA. Now it's what's the name of this group that's doing it? Well, it's still Dice, but they changed their name.
I
Um,
forget. I forget
and
the name that they
and
use.
they're the ones doing this,
Oh,
so
I don't want to. I don't want to chop it up. It's
it should be somewhere in there.
they show it right here at the
In the
end.
trailer, they show it. Yeah, it's somewhere in there. But the team that's doing it used to be Dice LA is doing this, and they're
Right here.
focusing on
Oh, hold on.
this. It should be right before that thing falls, or
Yeah, the Caspian border. Seeing Caspian border, man, with BF 2042 right here.
that
It's
antenna falling is classic.
ripple
There you
effect.
go, ripple effect.
Yeah,
That antenna falling is classic.
yeah,
Very classic. But ripple effect, which was Dice LA, is doing this. They're
yep.
focusing on this. It almost tells me that rather than bring you another battle royale, which they tried that with the last Call of Duties, with the last Battlefields, which was not really it didn't catch on. It wasn't successful. They're gonna go ahead and say ripple effect, concentrate on Portal, and that's your thing.
This
So
is
they're
cool.
bringing something unique to the table, something no other FPS shooters doing.
Yeah,
and that again for AAA
doing to this extent. Because
to
like
this
I won't
extent.
to this extent, there is
Yeah.
no other FPS game that's doing something
There
like
is
this.
no other FPS
Probably
doing
the
this.
community.
So
Yeah,
I appreciate that for a AAA title spending billions, or not to say billions, but millions of dollars on creating something. I appreciate it. Like if you're $70, you're still talking about $70 for just multiplayer. You're not looking at this the right way. You're
yeah,
not seeing what they're actually giving you as far as quantity and quality. They're giving you both in all one swoop. So I appreciate they doing that. You already know we're excited about this. So the moment this comes out, this will probably be the game I'll be playing exclusively for like game sessions, and then every now and again I'll jump into something else. But once this game comes out, this and Halo are gonna have my full undivided attention. Well, I shouldn't say undivided because it's 2 games, but it'll have my attention between those 2 games. Everybody else is gonna have to compete.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at what Battlefield looking like. So that's
and then we'll just. I'm excited for it, and I think hopefully we get we're getting the beta soon, obviously too. So hopefully I get my hands on that. This was cool. This was leaked like weeks ago.
This was leaked, and the moment he walked over to this dark hole, I was
like, oh, okay, cool.
We already know what it is. And the moment he walked, I'm like, yeah. It was cool. They did though. It's cool.
And they didn't really show much. It was just honestly, it was this, game engine footage represents game in development. Just basically saying, hey, it's official. We're doing this, and it's not
from
Dead Space. It's not Dead Space 3, right? It's
on Frostbite.
Yeah, new Frostbite engine from the ground up, and just
they're going the Resident Evil route. The Resident Evil route.
Yeah,
they're remaking the whole. Well, I don't know,
but I don't think it's going to be right. I don't know if it's Dead Space 1 remake. I think it is more or less like a reboot. I think
it's going to be like how they did with Resident Evil, where it was still the original, but they added kind of things to it.
See, and they didn't say that yet. So I think all of that is speculation now, because they didn't say whether it is going to be like an actual.
Either way, bro, I'm for it.
It's still sick. Yeah,
I'm a big
absolutely.
fan of Dead Space. Like Dead Space 1, when it got to the co-op side of things, like Dead Space 3 with co-op, I was like, it got a little too weird for me. I was like, co-op doesn't fit with a horror game. Like it just doesn't fit. It's not organically, it doesn't fit.
Dude, the jump scares I got out of that game. I remember playing Dead Space.
Hell yeah!
Jump scares.
That game was nuts. And the tools you had to fight with, it wasn't regular traditional guns. It was tools. Like the tools you will create and put together and whatever it is that you were doing there. It's interesting that they're coming out with this now, though, because we know that the people who made that game when they were a studio with EA, Visceral, they left, and now they're making the other game, Protocol, Calypso Protocol, or Calypso. I'm not sure it's Protocol, but Calypso. They're making an horror game, and they're the Dead Space maker. So it's like, wow, pretty interesting that you guys are coming out with a remake, reboot, whatever it is we call it, right when Calypso Protocol is being made as well. So it's going to be to see that space, the horror space again, getting the attention again.
So to put a bow on this, the EA Play event, what do you think? How would you rate the event?
I gave it a B.
Okay.
I gave it a B. I gave it a B because it flowed right. It went from game to game. It gave us a variety of games. It wasn't just sports. They took that away, which is awesome. I like that because we all know sports is like those franchises do the same things over and over again. But they introduced Battlefield, new mode in Battlefield, so they used that platform to introduce a new mode in Battlefield.
Yep.
The Apex thing maybe could have went away because it's Apex. It's not like it. I don't know why they put that on the stage to go, hey, unless they would have shown off the character, the story of it, and gameplay of it, that would have made more sense. But just showing you a trailer that's already been shown throughout the week, it's like you include that in your show.
So I didn't know. So that wasn't the first time that they actually showed off the Apex?
No, they showed it before. Yeah. It was not new. That's what brought it down to me. But other than that, they showed me, even a different game that I would like to play with the Tim Burton inspired kind of a game. I don't mind that. Madness and Chain, I think Missing is one I wrote that earlier. I alluded to the name of that Alice game, Alice in Madness or something like that. But yeah, I gave it a B.
Yeah, I'd say around that, like B+, A-, and that's only because the Battlefield stuff was really solid. I kind of like that, what they talked about with Codemasters and how they're bringing those, because honestly, you would think like a company that already has racing studios under their belt and they have like to then add another studio whose almost sole purpose is racing video games, and then how they're adding that into the fold. I think that's going to be cool to see what they do with that and how they try to make it different from what they've already done, like with things like Need for Speed and Burnout and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was cool to see that. It was really cool to see Battlefield. It was cool to see the Dead Space. Obviously, we got to wait probably until next year to see more about it. But yeah, I'd say about probably like B+, A- for me. I'm just really excited for Battlefield. That was like the reason why I was tuning in anyway. I'll be honest with you. I had to watch the rest of it on replay because the only thing I tuned in for was when I got the tweet that said, "Oh, hey, we're showing off because Battlefield." That's like, I'm sorry, I didn't watch. I had to watch it after the fact because I was only waiting for the Battlefield announcement, to be honest.
Even if like myself, I did watch it from the beginning. They didn't dwell in and stood on a certain title other than Battlefield. Like Battlefield was the main event, obviously, But that every game they showed off, they spend a little time on it, and that's it. Not like get into it and go into deck detail.
It wasn't these deep dives or anything.
No,
it was
no
just like, here's the game. Here's what we're doing. We're going to show you more about it when we have more to show you about it. But this is what we're at now, and just these little updates and stuff, and then that's it. And then just keep it moving, which is cool.
Just take that off because no, we're not sponsored by Nike.
Not
Damn
yet.
It, Silent. I was trying to keep it on the whole show, and you killed that for me.
Well, no, you should have just kept wearing it.
No, Silent killed that for me. Now I'm really going to crash your parties.
All right, what are we moving to next?
That's it. That was EA Play. Oh no, wait. Well, we talked about that space, but that was it. That was EA Play. So move on for that. That was what this week was. What else showed up this week? Game Pass. Game Pass. Are we ready for that? Are we ready for? I mean, we already started, but are we ready for what's coming to Game Pass this week? You got Flight Simulator Tuesday. This fucking Tuesday. I've been waiting on this for ever since I've seen a Flight Simulator game on PC. I'm going, that would be cool if it was ever on console. I'm talking about not this Flight. I'm talking about Flight Simulators when it was on PC exclusively, and that's it. Yeah. I'm going, man, that would be nice to play that game because I'd never really played PC like that. So I was like, it'd be nice to play that sometime. But now we're finally getting it on a fucking console, and we're able to play it on a console, and that's going to be on the Xbox Series S and X. The first true next gen title will be finally on an Xbox, and we got no game that ever goes to shit. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
With Flight Sim, to you, is it a game or a simulator?
It's both. I think it needs to evolve. It's like there are some people, because I watched a lot of videos about like people that were talking about Flight Sim in its state, because remember, Flight Simulator has been out for I think close to almost a year. Now, like since last year. This one, it came out on PC, and so the PC community got to experience it and stuff like that, and try it out, and just the files and just what they're doing. I think there's a lot of things that they do right, but there are people that want to try to use this as like a way to be like, hey, like I'm gonna try to go maybe learn how to fly planes, and this will help you, but it's not necessarily a 1-to-1. It's not really 1-to-1, so I think that's where the
which a lot of people assume that they assume it's a 1-to-1.
So it's not. It's really not a 1-to-1. The planes that are in there, they're as real and it's as detailed as you're going to get, especially even with some of the planes like the A320, like some of like the Airbuses, some of like the the main like jetliners and stuff like that. Like they get as specific and as detailed as they possibly can, even on the Cessnas, which is like a lot of planes that people fly, those those twin propeller planes, even on the I think they call them the Centurions, or basically like the jets, like the private planes, like the PJs. They have, because you can fly those in the game as well too, and they try to get as detailed as possible. But a lot of it, remember, it's a game in that aspect, because you're not using an actual, to be a sim, you have to be using like a yoke, like to actually put the experience into there. Maybe like the paddles, the rotor. I forget, the floor panels, basically. That would be,
and there are people going out there getting
those devices and stuff. And if you're doing that, that's right up your alley. And there's even one that I think that, I don't know if it was Thrustmaster that put one out, or there was another, maybe it was even Logitech. Somebody was putting one out that just announced one because of Flight Sim, because it was coming to Xbox. And they announced one specifically for the Xbox that had the throttle control and the yoke and the same thing, where it's fully mappable buttons and stuff like that. You go, like, that's awesome. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's still a game. It's like, I don't know if this is the game that if you want to learn and get into flying, go to a flight school. Like, maybe you may start with this, but like actually go to flight. This isn't going to really teach you. It will teach you how to fly to a certain extent, but it's overview.
But it's overview.
It's overview. It's not. It's not true 1-to-1 as far as graphics and everything, and what they're doing with the Azure cloud servers and all, like real time weather effects, how a lot of the cities right now. I forget what the number of cities that are actually populated, but there are a lot of cities that, like when you fly over New York, it's New York.
I'm gonna fly
San Francisco.
I'm gonna fly over Heartbeat's house and just see if I can chill a little bit.
I don't know if Nevada, if it's I don't know if that's one of the cities. That
what's his name? Parrish was playing it this week because he has early access to it, or last week, and he literally, not Parrish. I'm sorry, it wasn't Parrish. It was it's the other guy, the guy he rolls with on his pod. I forgot his name, but he literally flew to Vegas and MGM
That's
Grand
cool.
was there, and it's like popular. I'm like, yo,
Listen, I think that's cool that you could like set up a 15-hour flight if you wanted to. Like if you wanted to leave from JFK and go to Hong Kong, you could do that flight, and it's in real time. There's no fast forwarding.
There's no
When
fast
you're on it,
forwarding.
there's no fast forwarding. It's like if you want to actually do that flight, there's no like I mean, there's autopilot because that's realistic. Like if you take like a real plane, you could turn on the autopilot.
If you've been on a plane before, that's what they do. They get it up to a certain elevation and then they
autopilot, and then they do their even ones too. It's like once you get to like you said, once you get to a certain elevation, you hit the button, boom, and then it just whatever you plugged into the computer, that's the way that it goes. So that's cool. They said that there's a community aspect to this because there's tools and things that are going to be able to be added into this game. This game will constantly update. This game is just like a framework. This is basically going to be the framework for what's to come because there's still going to be companies, planes, and people that develop for this. They're community inspired. Where I mean, even remember when we get this, we're getting the Top Gun. Remember with this too, you're getting the Top Gun update for the it's not just for the Xbox. I think it's for the PC. But that's the other thing. You're getting like those Top Gun planes and stuff like that too. You know,
that's where I was like when we talk about when I asked you, is this a sim or a game? That's where I'm like. It's the line is kind of blurred there.
Yeah.
Because yes, it is a sim, not one-on-one. It is a sim, and you get to enjoy it from that perspective of flying 12-hour flights and that kind of stuff. But to me, it's also a video game when you introduce things like Top Gun, content like Top Gun. It no longer becomes just a sim. Now you're playing a theme in Top Gun. So to me, it's both.
Yeah.
It's both. It's a game because at the end of the day, when you play something you're enjoying, on a console, on a PC, it's a game, or on a tablet, or whatever you're playing it on, it's a game. It's a simulator in the sense of it sims the weather, real time weather. It sims like like the actual flight and how like you have to how
wind would affect you, how the actual routes. Majority of the routes that you take to, like when they tell you, like when you're flying, like I think they call it IVR or things like that. When you're actually flying certain things, like those routes are real routes in the real world. There's a setting. There's a setting like routes, you're planning those routes. There's a setting in there where you could turn on real time traffic. So like when you see another plane, that's not a plane in the game. That's not another that's a plane in real life. Somebody's flying there in that airspace that's being updated to you. Like you know what I mean? Like that's freaking cool. That's awesome.
No worries, man. Welcome to the show, though, man. Better late than never. You're good, man. If you want, catch the replay from the beginning. We're just talking about flight sim right now, but because the reason I asked that question is I see people like just debating whether it's a sim or a game. It's not a game; it's a sim, and I'm going, it's both. I mean, can't we just say both and say it is a sim because what you see on your screen right now, that's the sim part.
So I think the easiest way to simplify this, right, is that if you're a gamer and you don't really have necessarily an interest to go and become like a pilot, but you want to like check it out, I think this would be cool. Don't feel overwhelmed because the name says flight simulator. Don't feel that it's not something that's not accessible to you. And I think the adverse is true. If you are serious about flight, let's say you are a pilot, don't think that this is just a video game. Give this a try because I think you'll actually appreciate what they've been able to do at this studio and the level of like realness that they've been able to achieve when it comes to flying these planes in this game, in this video game, like you know what I mean, and actually have that. So I think the adverse is true on both ways. You know, don't treat it too much like a simulator, and don't treat it too much like a video game because it has the best of both worlds.
If that's what you want to do, you can treat it as a simulator and just sim the heck out of it. But if you want to play it as a game, I believe with the Top Gun content coming out, that will be the game part of it, where they're going to introduce, I don't know, like checkpoints and different things.
And not even just that, because that's like the movie thing. That's just to kind of help sell it and stuff like that too. There's also a lot of people. There's also a lot of people that don't give a shit about Top Gun because it was 1986. It's like I grew up on I love Top Gun too. I wasn't even born then, but when I watched the movie, I love. You know what I mean?
I want to see where you go with this shit. Yeah.
No.
How old is this movie?
It didn't come out in 86.
Was I born?
Do I have to go back? Huh?
Because I feel like an old joke has come back. It's like you set it up.
If the shoe fits, but what I was saying, right? What I was trying to say is that I don't know if that's really taken, like the 15-year-old or the 20, you know what I mean? Like the young gamers, like I don't know if Top Gun's selling it. That might be to the older crowd that's actually got the Xbox. Like, oh shit, Top Gun.
It got us excited. Hell yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, Top Gun. Let's go.
I was singing a song as they showed it, highway, and I'm like, okay.
Freaking what's it? Kenny Loggins. Yeah, revving up your engine.
My son was looking at me like, well, what are you singing? What's that? Had to show him a whole YouTube clip. Like, this is the song for.
Let me ask you something. And let me ask you something. Did you feel old when you were explaining that to your son? So why give me shit then? Is my point that I'm trying to make to you. Anyways. So Flight Simulator is coming. No, I don't want to hear it. Anyways, Flight Simulator coming out later on this week. It's coming out on Tuesday, I believe.
Tuesday. This week.
Literally, you can pre-install it now. It's a large. Be prepared. It's a large file.
Is it the first?
It's a large file. What do you mean?
Is it the first true? Yeah,
this is technically the first AAA title coming out.
The first AAA true next gen title, because I mean, Death's Door is exclusive to Xbox, but it's not the AAA title. This is the first true AAA title coming to Xbox.
Yep.
This is it, and then
this is it playing on the X, by the way, too.
This is the X, the Series X.
Yeah, this is playing on the X right now. I didn't see any stutters or anything like that. Like that's another thing too. It's going to run great on your Xbox. Like don't worry. Can my console handle this? Like, no, it's going to work just fine. You know what I mean?
It's going to work just fine.
This is somebody flying over. Look, that's the London Bridge. Like this is literally somebody flying like through. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to try to fly. That's pretty cool.
I'll be flying a lot because the thing is, you know this about me. I'm afraid of flying. I don't do the flying things, and because of that, it's preventing me to go to like places I would love to visit, like Japan and the UK. Just visit places.
In this game, if you, I believe it's Tokyo. I forget exactly where where the big giant Gundam is.
The Gundam, yeah.
You can go see the Gundam in this in the game. Yes.
Vodka. Explain to your kid a damn rotary phone or two-way. Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna touch that. Woo! I went to New York with them 2 years ago, and a payphone was in the street, and they were like, "What the fuck is that?
What is that?
It's a payphone. What the fuck is that?" Like that was in itself an adventure. But and they were like taking pictures. I'm like, "What are you doing taking pictures? It's a fucking relic." I'm like, "Holy shit!" But no, because I'm not saying that it replaces the actual real life going there, but for people like me who have that high anxiety, who can't be on a plane like that, this is like me going there and just like I feel that just traveling there and
this could definitely help. I'm sure this could kind of help with that too. Yeah. A lot of that fear too comes from stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like from the unknown and stuff. So that could help you, like with like any type of phobias that you might have.
Right there, the unknown. Yeah, the unknown. In my head, all I have is a piece of metal in the sky floating. Like how is that happening?
Not realizing how it works and what's going on and all of these different things. Yeah. So
So that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, then we move on to the next game that's coming out this week, 2 days after that, which is the one I've been also waiting on. A lot of us have the energies there, The Ascent.
Yeah, man.
4-player twin stick shooter. But it's set in the cyberpunk world. It's one of those cyberpunk games that I've been wanting to play for all, even though 27/7 is on my hard drive. I'm waiting for whenever that comes out, the optimization on it, and all that happens. Even though I'm being told that the X is playing smooth, I played it already when it first came out. I didn't have an issue when it first came out, but I really want the optimization portion of that just to play it the way it was meant to be played. But this year, 4-player co-op twin stick shooters. You guys don't know what that means. One stick moves the character, the other stick shoots. Yep. So what this is going to do, and from the reviews and the first looks at this game, early reviews from people who have the early copy. Nothing but good stuff is coming out of it. And another exclusive for Xbox. And it's going to be on Game Pass. Once again, we are getting hit starting this week with like at least 3 games a week or a month or whatever it is.
This is literally, it's all, I wouldn't say all downhill from here. It's all uphill from here.
Oh, like there's no more. We're getting appetizers right now.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Flight Sim is an appetizer,
but this isn't even the main. This isn't even the main course yet. Like this is
the taste now. We're getting this is happening. So this guy's been tweeting for quite some time and hyping up this game, and he's always giving us like insights on what's happening and progressions. It's been happening for over a year now, and or even over that. So I'm happy that it's finally coming to fruition. I'm able to play it. day one on Thursday. I already have a pre-download. I believe the update happened this past couple of days ago. An update on it happened, so it's ready to go. No, barring no more delays because it's ready to go. But what do you guys in chat think about the Ascent? You guys going to be playing that? Not playing that? Logical. How about you?
I'm going to check it. I'll check it out. Yeah. I didn't realize it was actually coming out so soon. I mean, when I checked to see what was coming out this week, I saw that this was coming out because I remember like we didn't see much of it at like E3. Like, you know, I think we saw like we just thought it was right. I mean, this was 4 days ago directly from Xbox that they're kind of showing like, hey, this is how this works. It seems pretty cool. I was going to ask you though, because like I said, I wasn't too keen on it or just too up on the information for it. Does it play more like, I wouldn't say like a dungeon crawler, but you said like it's, you know, it's twin stick, but is there any type of leveling or is it just straight up like going through?
Okay. New farming, leveling, story is campaign, boss battles, all that's going to be on this.
So is it kind of like, I don't know, what would you say? Like, not MOBA, but,
not
like,
MOBA.
What am I? No, like Path of Exile, like, you know what I mean, like Diablo, like whatever that genre. I don't dungeon.
I want to say dungeon crawler, but that's not what it is. It's not what it is. It's
but it's got like that cyberpunk aesthetic though, right?
There's a name. It's a cyberpunk feel, but there's a name for these type of style game. I can't even. I'm not gonna butcher it.
If anybody knows, if anybody knows in the chat, go for it. You said it starts with what?
An A. It's like I can't read. I don't want to keep butchering.
Yeah, if anybody knows in the chat, don't worry about it. But yeah, that's my thing because that's the only. I would say that's to me because that's what I look for in a game, any type of shooting game. I want to look for, am I getting progress or am I just like, if I'm going into, like when I go into the Halo campaign this holiday, I'm going, I know like I'm playing Halo for the story and then multiplayer. And, you know what I mean? Like I know that I'm not, I mean, then I don't know. Maybe I am
isometric Turpin for the win. It was not an A, it was an I. Isometric shooter. There you go. Adventure shooter. But it has a story to it, campaign, gun leveling.
Okay. But that's what I mean. There's leveling, there's progression, there's things like that. So so this is definitely something that I would definitely want to check out then for sure. And
it looks like it was built with co-op in mind first and build around that rather than tacking on the co-op side, like just tack it on there, you know, because some games do that where they create the whole game and then go, now we're going to tack on, we're going to add the co-op, the multiplayer part of it. This looks like they started with the multiplayer and built from that point.
Yeah.
So it's was Reborn writing? Not like them. It's more of a updated Contra,
or even like, but even like it's still top down shooter.
It's still top down.
Yeah, no Contra, but it's like, but even in Contra though, like when you go through the levels and you progress, there's different weapons that you get and stuff, but you don't per se like level them up. Like there's no like options.
Where you can go in not like purple, gold, none of that stuff. None of that.
But in this, to a certain extent, is there going to be something? But like you said, you get levels and things, and you upgrade in it. So so that's pretty cool.
It's gonna be it's one of those. It's not one of those. I don't want it, for lack of better terms, like dummy down shooter where you just go in there and just.
That's what I mean. Where you're just running through the motions and you just going. I don't want. Yeah, I wouldn't want that. You know,
it's a little bit more deeper than that.
Yeah.
But either way, it's on Game Pass.
That's pretty cool.
You don't lose nothing for downloading and playing and trying it out. That's where the rental service comes in, and I'm proud of that. So, hey, I mean, it is what it is.
A rental service.
I mean,
by the way, I just got another 12,000 reward points, so I'm good to go until September 14th now, and then I'm already 3,000 points into my next one. So I'm already. So it's like so I'm not even in August yet, but by probably like the second week of August, I'll have enough points to go through October. So I'm getting. I'm
building mine for the Battlefield because I really want that $100 version. Yeah. So I'm building mine up to the $50, so I can just pay half of that, like if it would be a regular version. But I'm doing that, so I'm building mine up to get to that point. So that's pretty awesome because my Game Pass is paid up anyways with the way I was doing it before. So that's paid up for a few months. So I'm good with that. I forgot to mention, and I'm so sorry, Stone King. I thank you for earlier this week. He went ahead and got me Judgment. I started playing it, and it was one of those games like I gotta dedicate myself to this. I'm loving it so far. But again, there's so much backlog that I can't get to it. I want to try it out and go, let's try it.
You did. I saw you tweeted the other night that you booted it up. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. That lawyer drama.
Do you have to play the Yakuza games in order to understand
No.
Judgment, or can you just jump
It's in the Yakuza world,
right? But you could just jump into Judgment without
Oh
playing
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Yakuza
It's
games.
its own story. It's its own story.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you start off as like in the very beginning, you're a lawyer, then you lose that because something happened. I don't want to spoil it. Something happens, and you become a private eye, and then you do everything a private eye does. You investigate scenes. You have drones to like take pictures. You have a camera, so it's a pretty different from the Yakuza games. It's his own, but it's in the Yakuza world. It's its own game in the Yakuza world. I love the shit out of the game, but again, I gotta dedicate the time to that because right now I have so much backlog, man. I got to get back to Scarlet Nexus. I gave up on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Gave up on it. I'm done.
That's one Heartbeat's still stuck on.
I'm done, bro. Like I got to the point where I powered it back on. I booted it back up. Quick resume started, and he's still hanging off the rafter. And I'm going. I can't. I took 2 steps. I jumped off 2 steps forward. Goes. I can't. I had to, like I said. I just can't. There's just too much games I want to play right now for me to play this. I just can't. Like even if I wanted to just finish it, because I'm at the end of this whole thing. I think I am, because I only have the top portion region left. Even if I wanted just to finish it, it won't allow me because I'm still not at that level to get to finish whatever's up there. So I'm done with that. With the Assassin's Creed thing, I finally beat Judgment. Can't wait for Lost Judgment September 21st. I finally beat Judgment. Can't wait for Lost Judgment. That's a sequel, right? Aka?
I believe, Lost Judgment is the one that they. That's how I learned about it, because I think my brother was telling me about it. I think I saw a trailer for it, and the trailer looked pretty cool for it. You know what I mean? So I think that's what kind of got me interested. So you're playing the first part.
Yeah, I'm playing the first one, Judgment, which was on the older console.
Right, you're playing Judgment now, but Lost Judgment is basically the sequel, I guess, or like the continuation.
That's the one they showed off at the event. So like, I don't know what
that one. And when I saw that looked looked cool.
Well, it's next gen now, so it's gonna be awesome. This one, the way I'm playing it now, is backward. But it's taking advantage of Series X anyway, so it looks good. Yeah, really good actually. I didn't even notice it was a last gen game. It's like, oh, this looks really fucking good. Yep. The acting is all I got it on Japanese. I got to get mine on Japanese. It's no English in this. All Japanese. I love it. You can change it though if you want, but I have it.
But Japanese then with the subtitles, right?
Native. Yep. Yeah, with the subtitles. But like it's like anime, man. With me when I'm watching anime,
I've been the same way now. Yeah, I'd rather watch the Japanese version first, and then if there is an English dub, I'll go back to it, and maybe the second time around I'll watch an English dub. I do the same thing like with Dragon Ball. I'll catch shit.
What the Japanese actors do really good, especially in voice acting, is that they emphasize and they really put their passion into the acting with the voice side thing. So a lot of times when I'm hearing them talk, after a while I pick up on what they're saying just through the emotion alone, and I find myself not even reading the English. Like I'm not even reading. I'm like, oh, I understood that.
I get you.
I understood. With the emotion, I understood what they were going to. And then you see the scene, so it kind of aligns. So, Lost Judgment though, Vakov, I don't know if you know this, but there's something going on right now with the talent agency, with the guy who's the main actor in the Judgment game. There's something going on where they don't want it to go on Steam. The agency, they don't want it to go on PC side at all. And Sega's like, no, we need to go to PC side. They're thinking they want money. They need the franchise to succeed in the monetizing side of things.
Are they trying to hold it up?
The talent agency does not want it to go on the PC side, from what I'm reading.
Okay.
They don't want it to go. So I don't know.
Is that like on the request from the actor or from the?
That's the agency. They're even. I think they're even.
That's a weird request.
To pull like his likeness and everything from the game because of this. So it might be a problem going on.
Is that not like it sounds like a money thing. There's no way.
Japan, that's a whole different business. So I don't know how they go about that, but I think it's pretty shitty that why would you not want it to go to PC? I don't understand. Like, I don't pretend to understand Japanese culture like that, but it's like, why is that a problem? Yeah. Do you not want the money? It's not about like, do you not want it to be exposed more so that you can keep going on, so that your what do you call that? Your customer keeps getting more jobs and you keep getting like, I don't get it. Yeah. Like, wouldn't I want you for this game to succeed, this title to succeed, so they can keep wanting you through my agency and they keep telling me, hey, I need them again. Like, wouldn't that be? I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard to speak. It's like, please. It's kind of like speaking for Nintendo when they announced an OLED and all you wanted was a updated Switch, and like, okay, well, here's your updated Switch with a better screen and higher internal memory.
Better component. That's all I wanted. Better component. At least better controllers. At least that.
Either way. Real quick, so I saw this on the timeline. Check this out real quick. This was cool. So they started sending out from the flight. So this is the first flight. So this is the first flight going on for Halo Infinite. By the
way, 343, I haven't got mine. Well, yeah, it was the camera. I haven't got mine, bro.
I haven't got mine yet, but so if you go to Halo Waypoint, they go on to say that they're looking to invite hundreds of thousands of people. And that if you didn't get an invite the first time around, don't worry, you might be on the next flight. The first flights too, they're mainly like working on. They're looking to test the UI. They're looking to test like the bot mode, the new arena mode, and things like that.
The first wave is streamers and people's gonna.
No, it's not but they're not. It's not even multiplayer. Multiplayer won't even technically.
No, I know it's not, but it's mostly that, I think.
But I think a lot of it might be like NDA, because you know how some of these flights are, where it's like you can't post and you can't do stuff. But so we got this screenshot. So here it looks like this was taken from an Xbox, 97 gigabytes. So
flight was 98.
So that's what. No. Well, no, size for this device.
Okay.
So this is what I'm saying. So 97.24 gigabytes. So that's a decent amount. For I don't know if that's a full, like, what's being is this multiplayer only? Because there's like, what assets are being installed in it? This is just what, and I'm not trying to say this to start. I don't want to start. I'm just saying, like,
when that's the full multiplayer only,
when the full game comes, I mean, but this is nothing new because we've seen multiplayer only games, 150 fucking gigabytes. So what I'm saying is that that's okay. I don't think that. I mean, that's okay if that's what you're saying. If that's just what it is, I'm just curious to know, what does that entail? Because if it literally is just multiplayer, then how much is the fucking campaign and any other assets or whatever that they're trying to install? And like, what's the full? You know what I mean? Like, is it going to be like? Should I expect to have 100? Because I can't put this on my. So I have a Series S. So when I go to download this, I'll download it on the PC. I'm going to download on the Xbox. When I go to download on the Xbox, how much fucking space do I need to have? I'm mentally trying to prepare myself, because you're telling me like, what I need. What are you saying? 120, 150, 100? You know, like what's the number? So that's my curiosity. I know the closer we get to the game release, we'll probably get that information. But I just found that interesting, because I'm like, 97 gigabytes, and that's supposed to be the first flight and the test, and like, so what the fuck is being installed there actually?
Warzone Reborn. Warzone is bigger than 5 terabytes. It's more. They invented their own fucking.
I was gonna say, you literally need like a server rack at this fucking point. Like, you just like with
5 blades
with remote storage to fucking install Call of Duty. Bro, but I digress.
You need all the cloud in the world to fucking run Warzone. That shit is way too dumb. Fucking big. It's just dumb. It's like, it's whatever.
Put in here. See, Dakota made a good point. Put it in the cloud. I mean, it's technically, I think it will be in the cloud.
I mean,
the game will run in the cloud. Right. So I won't be playing this on the cloud. Personally, this will be. I need to be at my station. Yeah, Halo. I will need to be. Yeah. I will need to be sitting at my station. Fucking, you know what I mean? Getting ready to play that. So
hopefully we get included in the second wave of flights,
or third, or whenever it is. Like whatever it is. I need a.
They haven't announced when it's coming. Right. It's going to start. Everybody's assuming or speculating with all the little hints here and there that next week, as soon as next week,
it might be. Yeah. And another thing I wanted to add to that is that it's good that we're starting to get this, because I think that means that we are still getting closer to, like, and not that it needs to be reassured and stuff, but it's coming out this year. There's no doubt about it. It's coming out this year. There's no, like, we're at the end of July, we're coming into August, but they're shooting this out. They're shooting for that October to November window.
For me, they haven't released as far as marketing material and pushing the dates out. For me, I think they haven't done that because they have this relationship with EA right now, and EA is having their spotlight right now with Battlefield.
Yeah,
and coming out same time, right, during the holidays. So they don't want to.
October 22nd.
They don't want to they don't want to compete with Battlefield, but out of respect with the partnership, I think that's happening. Where they have your ball rolling, have that going, introduce your things. I don't want to take away.
I don't know if Battlefield's. I don't know if Battlefield's the other thing, because I'll tell you this much: there's a couple other companies that aren't going to adhere or give a shit about certain dates and stuff like that. My big thing is that a lot of people, and because it is the 20th anniversary, not to be cheesy and stuff for Xbox, but I think like it would be cool if they somehow manage to align the release of Halo 5, or excuse me, not Halo 5, but Halo Infinite.
Yeah,
Halo Infinite with the 20th anniversary. I think that would be cool if they somehow still manage to align that.
What's the exact date for the 20th?
I believe it's November 15th when the original. Because remember, it was when the original OG Xbox came out.
Yeah, because now games don't even release on a certain date no more. It used to be like on a Friday or on a Tuesday. Now it's like games are releasing on a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. It doesn't matter what day. But they can get away with that unless it lands like on a Sunday. That's a weird day to land on.
November 15, 2001.
So November 15th this year lands. Let's see.
Yeah, and the 15th this time around is going to be. It's a Monday.
There you go. I mean.
That's exactly 20. So that's exactly. I don't think a video game's coming out on a Monday. Right?
I don't think it has to launch exactly on the Monday, but the week before that, Friday, like that Friday before, and then just celebrate.
I mean, when do we normally get game launches now? Anyway, technically, we get them on Friday.
Either Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday.
So right. So that's what I mean. Yeah. But like for a AAA title and stuff like that, because even like, what is it? February 15th and then the 22nd for Battlefield.
That's the thing. I haven't been really in tune to what like day of the week is coming out with Game Pass and everything, the way it's coming, like digital sales and all that. I buy my stuff digitally, so now
that's a Friday. Yeah, that's a day. That's right, because preload, but they'll let you preload. Okay, when E3 happened, I preloaded fucking Hades.
Hades doesn't come out. Preloaded future backlog is what you did. You did.
Right now installed on my Xbox, supposedly according to them, because I don't know if the fucking game's actually there, but installed on my hard drive is Hades. Like I'm waiting until August 19th or August 20th. Like
I even have what's that? The Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood. But I think that's crazy that they're like. I mean, that they'll let you pre-install the asset. But I mean, I guess that's cool because maybe that shows intent of like playing and stuff. It doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, that's probably their version of pre-ordering. They can get a temperature out there and go, let's see who's.
How many people are like really like right? How many people actually clicked in it and like did it? But then again, it's like these games also too aren't the smallest of fucking games. I mean, Hades not a large file, but like some of these games maybe they're. Oh, see, that's a good one. Horizon 5 hits 11.9.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if they want
this shit right there.
That's the thing. So maybe following week Halo, because I don't know if they're necessarily because you know what I mean. I don't know if they're going to want to release.
You're going to get the Battlefield in October, Halo probably sometime in November, and then you got this on the 9th of November, like as well. So
maybe, maybe.
I think the dilemma now, which is a good issue to have, is how do you launch these games and get the right focus on it? That's why to me, Game Pass is a perfect concept, especially when you bought 20 plus studios. And you know you're gonna get this kind of issue. Yeah. You got 3 games coming out a month, so now like how do you?
Well, we're not gonna include Battlefield into that because that we're just as we're excited. No, I'm just right. Just the games that are coming out. I mean, because there's multitudes of games that are coming out like for Game Pass this holiday season. But it's a good problem to have. But also maybe they say fuck the date and they literally just say, you know what, we're releasing Halo on a Monday. Who gives a shit? Yeah. And then we'll just shut the shit down because what were we gonna act like kids won't still try to stay home from school and people aren't still gonna like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, the companies even do the whole doctor's note excuse thing where they make fun of that stuff. That's a thing.
I wouldn't put it past them to be like, yo, Halo Monday, boom, done. Here it is.
I mean, right now they're relying on residual income anyways. That's what Game Pass is. Rather than getting it paid one time and you're good to go, it's residual income. Here, we'll give you access to our game. We could drop it whenever we want. I mean, I'm not saying they are, but I mean, could you imagine a ghost drop on a Halo? That'd be insane.
Oh, like they literally just didn't tell you the date and they just said, "Yo, it's here."
It's here.
But that's what I see. But that's what I think. Maybe it's a split drop. Maybe you get multiplayer first because it is free to play and open to the masses, and then you get the campaign on a certain date. But I think that would be weird not launching both things at the same time. I think
they try to do that with Crackdown 3, where they were going to release one port. I think the single player first and then the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But as long as that game was delayed and everything, they decided to just drop it all at one time. I think they dropped it all at one time. Or I think the multiplayer came out later on. But it's almost like staggering like that unless you got Halo's a great game, but it didn't work for Crackdown. It really didn't. So it'd be interesting, man. But we got games, man. Like I don't like I love that Xbox killing that narrative with the whole Xbox has no games. I mean, I got way too many games. It may not be the ones you want to play, but it's the ones I want to play.
I literally don't even pay attention to the narrative at this point.
I don't know more.
it's mute. It's just listen.
I don't know more.
It's not even a matter of who's got what and whatever. Hey, guess what? These games that I'm excited for, they're coming out, and I've known about them now, but now they are actually coming out, and let's go. I'm ready to play it. And same thing adverse for other games as well. Other things, it's like my thing is now personally just as how I'm gaming and stuff and who I game with. I run into that problem where if a game actually isn't free to play and it's available on multiple platforms like a PC and an Xbox, I have to somehow come up with the thing where it's like, because not every game's coming with crossplay. Sometimes, I just want to experience a certain game a certain way with certain people.
It's starting to become popular.
It's starting to become more normal. Exactly. More and more common. But still, it's like there's more than likely a good chance that I own Battlefield this holiday on both the PC and on the Xbox. But then it's just making sure it's like I have all my ducks in a row to make sure like that happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's just the truth of it all. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it either way. I'm excited to play all of these games. Honestly, I'm excited to continue to play the games that I'm currently playing, and I'm excited for the new games
prediction. Matt said his prediction is it'll launch on November 19th, but Game Pass Ultimate users get to play early on Monday the 15th. Oh, on Monday the 15th, like they did with Gears 5 and FH4.
Which would more or less be like the entire Xbox ecosystem. That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like more like it would happen. Like it would happen that way. I can see that.
Or like you said, they literally the official launch is on the 19th, but they put the multiplayer out for the whole week from the 15th instead of it just being, or maybe they just don't segregate it and they literally just do
like early access.
Early access for being an Ultimate member. Yeah,
it's a way to sell their Ultimate subscription. They're tier up. For those who are just on regular Game Pass, tier up to the Ultimate, and you get early access to it. So I can see that incentive happening, and that's a good incentive. I mean,
this also takes PC
to play the game now.
This takes PC into effect as well too, because PC Game Pass is just $10, but for 15, it's like if they could say, hey, for a PC user that doesn't have a console, maybe the $5 to them is worth it at that point if they're now getting the game 5 days early. Like, you know what I mean?
I think where they got to get the space they got to get into now with crossplay becoming more and more common, they got to get into cross progression as far as your stats and everything goes. They got to get that more common.
Microsoft has already been doing a really good job with their games.
Sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Sense. Because I with like Halo, if it's amazing that for $15 you can play Halo, the shell of it on a console, and then sit down on your PC and I'll play it on PC and bring all that over.
Master Chief Collection, I could start something on my PC and continue it on the Xbox and vice versa because of cloud saving.
And that's a cool thing to know that. I mean, I wish more third-party developers, and I know why they want to do it because money and everything, but would encourage that or even embrace that so they can be like, oh, you know what, that makes sense. So if I'm buying a skin over here, why do I have to buy it again over here when I already have it?
It's about time, right? And we already know why some of those limitations actually exist. There's no need to like beat a dead horse at this point. Like it's what it is. Hopefully people could work out their shit and businesses could just realize like how better it is as a gaming industry to allow this sort of inclusion. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So yeah. Same thing. Yeah, Destiny is right. Exactly. Destiny, it's the same thing. You pick up, right now, currently console, the cross, when they implemented that whole thing, that's huge. And by the way, this new season, not, because he reminded me not to harp in, but Destiny crossplay coming next season, man. And we're not getting the expansion yet, but we're getting a new season. But
that's another problem we're having with battle passes and seasons and all these games now having like so many battle passes. Like, who do I put my battle pass on? Literally, I find myself on Apex. I have to finish that.
You don't have to worry about Destiny with Game Pass. We don't have to worry about Destiny with Game Pass though, because you get the new season.
I love that.
As long as you have Game Pass, and that was a deal that was made between Bungie and Microsoft. Just
But as even with Halo, with the whole, you can revisit old seasons. You don't have to worry about ever losing a season. That's an amazing.
That's nobody's doing that yet. They figure like,
but no, if you about it, here, why has nobody done that though? But you know why? Again, it's all about
it's the FOMO. It's like, no, come here now, be here now, play my game now, and then try to get as high as you can, and because you want levels and stuff like that. So play my game, and get all these skins. So yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and segue into the last game for the podcast we're gonna talk about, and that's Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2. I don't know if you guys have played one, the classic one from back in Xbox days. It is on Game Pass right now. Go ahead and play that. That was one of those passion projects that they did over there, Schafer and them, Tim Schafer. passion project that every level was completely different of its own. You didn't feel like you were playing the same game over and over again, the same repetitive levels. It was its own level every single time by entering a person's brain and playing in that level, and just how that was, the Marshmallow Man. Psychonauts 2 is scheduled to come out in August, late August, in the 20 something, 25th, I believe. Also a Game Pass exclusive. But Xbox is getting the optimized version. So it for those of you to know, this game was it was a crowd fund before Xbox came in and did anything. It was crowdfunding, Kickstarter game that Tim Schafer's putting out there. He had to cut a lot of the stuff out as far as boss battles and game level designs. He had to cut a lot of that out because the funding wasn't there to actually do what he wanted to do and put in the game what he visioned it to be. Xbox came in, went ahead and said, "You're under us now. If you want it to be that way," they said yes. Black card got given out, and they were told, "Create the game you wanted to create from the very beginning. You no limits." And because of that, they delayed the game and now started doing what they really creating the game how they really wanted to create. And because of that, the byproduct of that is we're gonna get a full Psychonauts 2 game, not crowdfunded, but like with the money that they deserve to get. I wouldn't say AAA money, it's AA money. But they're getting that money now, and everything that Tim Schafer wanted to put in the game is now going to be in the game. And Xbox consumers, us, the gamers on the Xbox side, we're going to get the optimized version of it.
Yeah.
The reason why it's even on PlayStation is because there are gamers on that side that backed it.
Yeah.
So it'd be unfair to go, you're not going to get this version.
You can't pigeonhole it, especially for the sport and stuff like that. Like, yeah.
But the optimized version is going to be the Series X. I can't help but the backward compatibility being better from what I'm seeing on the Xbox. Even if you don't optimize it, the backward compatibility on the Xbox side of things just works that much better. We all know this. Xbox spent time and they created this architecture for it. They love what they did and they put it out there. I don't know what Sony did on their side. I don't speak for them. I don't care for them. I don't play PlayStation, but I know we're gonna get the optimized version with 120 frames per second.
That's pretty cool.
That is nuts. I think the last game I played like this, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, cartoony, was like Ori at 120 frames per second, and I'm just mind blown at how that actually on a game like that. I'm thinking that's only you only see significant things like that on like a first person shooter.
And this is a single, right? We're talking about a single player experience. We're not talking about like where something, not necessarily where you might need it, but understand that the 120 isn't just necessarily for your competitive multiplayer shooters. It's not just so you can see the newer frames and stuff like that. Right. It's literally also for games just to experience the fluidity of them if you have a TV or a monitor to support that, because the game will look better and play better if you have the access to those frames. So it's not just about
scale to where you can
twitchy. It'll scale exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'll scale to whatever your monitor outputs.
Yeah.
So if you have a 60 frame monitor, then it'll do
it's
that.
It's doing 60. It'll go to 120 exactly.
Yeah. So. But it's just pretty amazing that we're gonna get that version of the game from day one. We're not gonna wait for a patch later on. It's actually day one. It'll be optimized for 4K, 60, I believe, or 1080p 120. Series X on Series S. You still get the 120 on the 1080p, I believe. I don't want to speak because I don't know the specs on that, but
even if it's 1440p at 60, I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's still, once again, and this is also
we have that TK9 the chat. Holy,
you have that option and stuff, and that flexibility with the Xbox consoles to have that 1440p. If you don't have, like, I don't game on 4K. So 1440p is cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but my monitor supports, 144 frames. So if it's only 1080p at 120, that's cool too. It's like, you know what I mean? It'll be cool to check out and stuff.
I don't know.
I'm not looking forward to it personally. This is going to be one of those things where, like, I'll probably, when I'm not playing the like backlog of games that I'm currently like on rotation, this will be something that I will check out. It's not something that I will try right away. But it's something that I will eventually get to, especially to the point where when they bring back that, this will be like one of those games where I would want to try to go back for the achievements. This would be like one of those like 1,000-point like games that I would play through and stuff for sure. Fair. Like, you know what I mean? To actually give it a shot. It's definitely not something that I would, because I didn't even play the first one, to be honest. And I know the first one was
whenever
really cool,
you end up playing it, don't do the injustice of not playing it. Whenever you end it, whatever it is, whether it's now, later, in between, play it. It's a fun game. It's literally Tim Schafer's passion project of a game, now met with the money and the funding needed for his vision to come out. It's a beautiful game. Jack Black music's in it. Like, it's it's an amazing. It's amazing. Like and he's keeping that tradition of every level is different.
Yeah.
In part 2, where you're diving in this video you're watching, you're diving into different, like in somebody's head, somebody's different world, whatever, like a kitchen sink or whatever it is. Like you're going into that world and you have to get back what you got to get back from there. But and the game ain't short, man. It's a long single player game. So I'm gonna enjoy it. I like my platformers. I've been a sucker for platformers for a while. Except for Ratchet and Clank, I can't get around that one. I just can't. I played it and I was like, you already know.
Yeah.
You already know how I feel about that one. So, but that's all we have as far as game topics for the week. I do want to take a minute before. Well, let's update the giveaway. I'm still doing the giveaway, guys. That controller. Damn it, I keep blocking it. That shit right there. I want to give it to you guys. I want to give this shit to you guys. Why are you guys not subbing to the fucking channel?
What do you mean? Since we announced it, I think we got like another like 10, 15 more.
Not that. This right here.
I'm saying we've got more subscribers to the channel since then. We're only 80 subscribers away.
I want more.
Okay. Well,
in Spanish, yo quiero mucho.
I don't know if that's actually how you ask for them, but
well, I see others, and I figure that's how you do it. Hit the like button, subscribe.
Yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, because that helps. And that helps grow and stuff like that. Retweet. Share us on all the socials.
We need him to say it.
Yeah, I know. He literally. This is when he chimes in. We send him the link, and like he's working right now. But when he goes into like the back, like he goes to like the back of house, what they call it, and like he literally, and then we get him to do it. Or you know what it is? We just need to literally get him recorded doing it, and then we just play it as like one of those like activatables, and then it'll just be him. Here, hold on. I'm getting a message now. Okay, no, it's not him. I thought it was.
It's not him. Okay.
No, okay.
I think he probably will text you. But I'm still doing the giveaway, guys. The thing was I got to get to 250 subbing. I update on that. I went from last week. I was at 120. I want to say one. No, that's a lie. I was at 150 last week, and now I'm at 171, 170. So I appreciate you guys' support. Please. I know I said it in the past that I won't be that guy, but hit the sub, hit the like. If you like what we're doing, this is every single week. Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be on here live unless the Earth moves to a different location. Another multi-dimension opens up and Loki swallows us up with a whole nother battle fight he has with Kang. Whatever it is, we're gonna be here every Sunday, 5 o'clock.
Spoilers! You act like people have seen this shit.
If they haven't watched it to this point, that's on them. Not on me.
Spoilers. Okay.
By the way, Loki's awesome. Go watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still giving that away. Once we hit 250 on our channel, I'm definitely gonna get a giveaway. I'm still thinking about throwing in the second controller to two giveaways, which is this one, the Looney Tunes one.
Might have to come up with another goal.
Still unopened. Both of them are looking at me going, "What the fuck are you doing with me, Sensei? Are you gonna fucking open me up, play with me, or are you gonna send me out somebody else? What are you gonna do?" It's up to you guys. So if you guys can get me to where I want to get there, I'll definitely be giving that out. We haven't set yet what the actual steps by steps it is to win it, but we'll get there. But other than that, that is my update for the week. The last thing I want to leave the show up with, because we are past what we usually go through. We usually are. I promise, we're usually shorter, like an hour and 35 minutes.
Doesn't matter. We're on. So it's like if you've stayed with us this whole time, thank you. If not, it's okay. We understand.
TK said my Toon Squad's in the box. Also, we haven't even opened it yet because it's there. I got so many controllers, TK. It's like I don't know what to do with it. Like I have so many, like a lot. And I got the blue one. Finally, I ordered that. It's coming in as well. So I might have all three of them. I try to get the sneakers with the actual controllers, the sneakers they have, the Nikes.
Here's Heartbeat.
Subscribe now. Yeah, the support. There you go, support. Thank you, Heartbeat. Appreciate that. But no, that's it. And I want to tell you guys in the chat, like I always do every single week, your energy is very positive. We try to keep a clean show. We try to keep a positive show. We are Xbox eccentric, but eccentric. I keep saying eccentric.
Xbox centric.
Somos Xboxy centrico. That's not even a word, but I'm gonna go with it anyways. But we are Xbox eccentric. We talk about other things too, and we like talking our shit, but just not like like that. But I love that the chat is open with each other. You guys talk to each other, and it keeps it positive.
We see it. We notice it. Like even like, listen, I'm here the whole time. It's like we're having our conversation. We're talking about the topics we want to talk about, but we see you guys in the chat. We appreciate it. We see you guys talking to each other too, which is pretty cool. And it's pretty awesome when you guys talk to each other and talk about the different games.
Yeah,
and different
honestly, we can talk to each other all day long by ourselves. We do that anyways. So having chat here it makes it less weird. That you guys are here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, that's our week update on that. And then I got my new gaming desk, so stay tuned for this week. We are gonna try to get gaming going and sharing that on the YouTube channel as well. So that's more than just podcast to look at. But other than that, chat, it's been beautiful. Unless Logic, you have some. Oh, show your new logo.
Okay.
Yeah, go off camera. Show your new logo.
Hold on. Where is it? Oh yeah, right here.
I got the most beautifulest, like, hardcore co-host in all of podcast business.
Okay,
There's no other co-host in the business like this guy here.
I don't know about all
that. Oh, I'm gonna hype it up because I guess no other. Like without you, there's no me.
It's tough to see that there maybe. All right, hold on. How do we do this?
You got it. It's actually glowing and everything when you speak. So if
you can actually see it there.
Just hum, and you're gonna see.
Here, I'll show it. I'm going to take over the top right for a second.
Go ahead. Spotlight yourself. Do it.
Yeah, I'll take over the top right for a second.
You have now joined the Logic podcast. It's no longer Sensei Skills podcast, but Logic's.
So this was actually worked on by. Let me actually turn my headset back on, or my cam back on. So this was worked on by Kill for Cash Inc. Studios. If he's still in the chat, shout out. And my buddy Jeremy, aka Revert, he's one of the DOF guys. They're both DOF guys. Basically, we were up late. It was like super late. It was fucking like 4:00 in the morning, but only like 1:00 at West Coast time. So he was playing Scavengers, and I was telling him, I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm looking about, trying to get something worked on. And he's big on Photoshop. So long story short, I sent him a picture. He started working on something. My buddy Jeremy joined into the chat on Discord. He was like, yo, let me work on something for you too. So he helped out with some of the Photoshop shit. And I was just watching him do it in like amazement, because it's something that I literally would have to spend hours to really like teach myself, and just something that they kind of just, because they've been doing it for so long, both of them collectively, they kind of just drew it together for me. Honestly, I won't say that it was hard for them to do. It wasn't easy for them to do and get done, but it just how quick they were able to get this together. And I'm really excited about it. It's exactly kind of like what I would have asked for and stuff like that, just the theme, the style of it. So I'm really excited about it.
Even the song that we have on there now, man, which we're no longer getting copyrighted for. It's an original for us. Like, I remember, because I want to, like, again, shouting out TK, when I go into his pods, the music he plays when he first starts, it's fucking, like, it gets me, like, oh shit, it gets me hype, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going, like, when you start talking about, like, creating an original for our channel, I'm sitting here going, man, I want that hype. And when you introduced it, I was like, yo, like, that's it. That's the vibe I want. So, I mean, I will give him his flowers, man. I appreciate Logic. He knows I text him all the time and everything. We speak throughout the week, but he knows I appreciate him. But just to let you guys know, this guy, there's no other hardworking co-host or whatever you want to call it in the business, in my point of view. Like, because of him, I am able to do what I do. I'm not able to do what I'm doing without him. So this is just as much as his show as it is mine. And I want to show him my appreciation on live and let him know that you ain't going nowhere, motherfucker. You're staying right here. Other than that, because I ain't getting sappy with this shit. Other than that, guys, chat, it's been a beautiful week. Thank you for the gaming. Thank you guys for joining in on our gaming weekly update. We hope to see you again next Sunday. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Feedback is welcomed. We want all the feedback, good or bad, doesn't matter. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I want to hear all of it. It's the only way we know how to improve and how to get better to keep entertaining you guys each and every week going forward. So I thank you guys. But for now, as I always say, take us out, Logic.
Happy fucking gaming, everyone.